Good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining. So in this video I'm actually going to be continuing in the Wee Wickeds colouring book by Karlaween. This is for hashtag Karlaween 2021. But I did actually start this page whilst I was recording the colouring scare tag. So you would have seen, if you've seen that video, you would have seen me work on this page whilst answering the questions to the scare tag. Just a quick side note, this gorgeous page flag here, this is handmade by the amazing Imogen over at Colouring Kid. She does have an Etsy shop as well, so if you want to check out any of Imogen's handmade goodies, she has the page flags, there's bookmarks, I think she now has Christmas cards in her shop, stickers, all that good stuff. So I will link her YouTube channel down below along with her Etsy shop. If you haven't checked out her shop already, please do so, and also her channel. She is such an incredibly talented young lady and a pleasure to watch and to interact with. She's just the nicest person. So I will link all of Imogen's details down below. But yeah, look how cute, how gorgeous is that? So I will say, please excuse the background noise. I'm filming this, the kids are on half term, so you will hear them. And I have a pear drop in my mouth. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just work on this page with you, just sort of do it as a colour and chat. But I did have a request quite a while ago from the lovely Helen to show sort of how I do highlights and where I place them and sort of how I make that decision as to where to put them. So I figured I would show that in this video as well. So I hope that's all right. So this is sort of like the second 2-for-1 video, if you like. So anyway, I'm blabbering away. Let's get some colouring done. So I'm using the Ohuhu alcohol brush markers at the minute. So how is everyone? How are you all doing? I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm recording this on Wednesday the 27th of October. So I'm just spending the day catching up on filming. I had a list with a few videos on that I wanted to get recorded yesterday, but I'm really struggling with my arthritis at the minute, and I thought, no, I have the day off. This was yesterday. I thought I have the day off and I'll do filming tomorrow. Well, my pain is worse this morning. My hands are really swollen, but I have so much I need to catch up on and get done. So I've taken some pain medicine, and sorry, excuse me, I've got this sweet in my mouth, and yeah, I just thought I'm gonna, just sit and get these done. I need to be productive today. So we were gonna make a start on getting the bedrooms sorted and moved around, but with my hands today, that's out of the question. So I can be productive this way instead. It always makes me smile, when people tag me and I see their gorgeous finishes, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, absolutely incredible. So a great big thank you, and also a huge shout out to my gorgeous co-hosts Carla, who is the creator of these beautiful books and PDFs for us to colour, and also Shalene from Shalene's Creativity Room. I think this is our 3rd or 4th year now doing this, and it's just an annual thing now. Every October we do Karlaween, and for those of you who are new to the channel, what that means is that for the month of October we colour in any colouring books created by Carla Magana. It can be any of her colouring books, her PDFs. She does have a Patreon as well, so I will link all of her details down below. What I will do, I will link Shalene's YouTube channel, and then I will also link Carla's YouTube channel, her website, her Etsy shop, her Patreon, and I will also put the link to the Facebook colouring group that I run. If you want to join us over there, that is a group dedicated to Carla and her artwork. It's a lovely group. Everyone is so friendly and encouraging. It's a really, really positive and friendly place. So, like I said, I will link that group down below in the video description. But yeah, you guys, just doing amazing, absolutely amazing. So I think what I want to do with this is put sort of like a frame on it. Let me grab a pen and a ruler and I will be right back. Okay, I have a ruler and a pen. So there's some areas where I do want like parts of the picture sort of just, you know, just outside the frame. I think that will look quite cute. And I'm just using a black Papermate Flare to draw the lines. I'm not going to be super particular about it. You know, and I do want to make the line sort of a little bit wobbly, kind of like what Carla does when she does this in her books. But I just want to sort of get the general, you know, the general line in first, like so. And it will just help me keep the edges, you know, of the background kind of neat as well. Maybe I'll put a washi tape around it. That might look quite cute. I don't know. Or maybe at the bottom. I'm not sure. We'll see. But what I want to do now is just sort of with, you know, just... So we've just got sort of like that messy line effect. Like so. I'm just going to do the same over here. But try and keep it sort of on the outside line. And again, just here at the top. I'm not trying too hard. I'm just kind of letting my hand just sort of move. So you can see that I've got that sort of double lined effect. And Carla uses this in her books as well, and I just think it looks really effective. Something so simple can look really effective and really set a page off nicely. So there's that. I feel like I need some more, like, maybe some more lines for like the grass here. Let's grab that pen again. I'm going to just join that little bit there. Like that. There. And it just helps me finish off, you know, and sort of filling in this area, so it's not just sort of sat there sort of going in and then coming back out. So let's find a green to fill that in. What's this one? Petit Pois. We'll try that. That might even be the same one, but that's okay. I don't mind. Or maybe it's a bit darker. But yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I am having so much fun working in Carla's books this month. The only thing that I'm a bit like, oh, is my Spooky Sweets colouring book was one of my 10 books to complete in 2021. And I had 7 pages left. Anyway, my eldest and I, we've done a split colour on one of them, and I loved it, and she really enjoyed it as well. She, you know, she likes Karla and her artwork too. So we decided that we were going to just do that with the remaining pages, do them as split colours. So I went through, I divided the pages in half, ripped out the right hand side, you know, the half of the pages that were left for her to colour, and then mine are still in the book, mine are on the left hand side. She was tidying her room the other day. Not that you can tell, but she's a teenage girl, what can I say? Yeah, she cannot find where she's put her half of those pages, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I really thought that book would be completed this year, but it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. So yeah, I don't know. But I do have a second copy of the book because, you know, I wanted to do you know, kind of like what Karla started doing with hers, where she had a second copy of Spooky Sweets, and it was like Spooky Sweets 2.0, and I just thought that's really fun because I can't imagine sort of not ever colouring in that book again after completing it. I would want to do it again because, you know, my style might change over the years, you know, you might see like progress and stuff. And so I do want to do that with all of my Karla books eventually, you know, have second copies of them. I do, like I said, I have a second copy of Spooky Sweets and I have a second copy of Wee Wickeds. This is currently I'm still on my first copy. But yeah, I definitely want to get second copies of the rest of them. But yeah, it just looks like Spooky Sweets isn't not going to be completed as hoped. So I'm kind of frustrated and a bit upset, but yeah, the thing is, of course it wasn't on purpose. Accidents happen. I completely get it. I do. I'm just, you know, I'm just bummed because I'm so close to having Spooky Sweets finished. I'm sorry, I'm just trying out some colours here. I want to do like a pink sky, I think. I'm just trying out some colours. Okay. Let's use the brush tip for a second. Yeah, I'm gonna do a pink sky because I want to. I just think it would look really cute against the greens and greys and this really beautiful pale colour that I used earlier. This, it's not quite lilac, but it's like a red grey sort of colour. So I thought, ooh, pink sky would look, it would look quite fun. But yeah, it just means that I'll be starting my second copy of Spooky Sweets earlier than anticipated, and my first copy is not going to be completed because we're missing half the pages on 7 of them. But like I said, you know, I said to her earlier, do you think you might have thrown them away by accident when you were tidying up? And she was like, yes. I was just like, okay. So, never mind. But that's okay. I mean, if you would like to see a video of me redoing a page that I've already coloured in Spooky Sweets and sort of redo it in my style now. So we have like the original book here on the left, so you can sort of see what that page looked like, and then do the same page but now. That might be fun. Maybe we could do that. But like I said, in this one I am going to do the request for Helen, where I show sort of how I do highlights and stuff. And the thing is, this it doesn't just apply to my Karla books. This is just sort of any, because I struggle really badly with the whole like light source thing and colouring things that have a light source. Oh, the light is coming from a certain way, so we need to do lighter colours here and blah blah blah. That just frazzles my brain trying to figure that stuff out, so I don't do it. I just put highlights where I think they'll look nice. So that's it. There's no method to my madness. I just put them where I think, oh yeah, do with a highlight there, or you know, add a few extra lines and you know and whatnot. So it really is sort of down to the individual person, but I am more than happy to show how I go about, you know, choosing where to put them and stuff. But there's nothing fussy or fancy behind it. So as I mentioned earlier, this is just another like 2-in-1 video where I'm colouring for Karlaween and I'm doing the request for Helen as well. I do have a few other requests that I have had for, oh my goodness, a couple of months. I think one of them is to do a colour and chat from Disney Art Deco, the little square book. So I have a request for that. I have a request to colour from Disney Mandalas, because I have a buddy colour coming up with the lovely Connor in that book. We're doing a Jungle Book page. But what I think I'll do is those requests for like the Disney pages, I will do them in November at the beginning of the month. Just because I want to dedicate this month to Karlaween, and because I was so late getting anything uploaded thanks to YouTube. So yeah, I hope that, you know, if you've requested those videos, that you're okay to just bear with me for like another week or so. I will get them done, I promise. I have them written in my bullet journal. I haven't forgotten. There was another video as well. Let me see. Did have another video requested. Okay, so it was the request for the Disney Art Deco is from Overly Worried Mom. And then the other request I had, of course, there was one from Connor from the Disney Mandala book. And then the last request is from Abigail, and it was to show my Christmas colouring book collection. Again, Abigail, sweetheart, I will do that in November. So that, you know, that video is done in time before December hits. I hope that's all right. I've got other things. I just want to tie up the loose ends. I still have the Worlds of Wonder by Johanna Basford. I still have that colour along to finish. I have the last part, the finale, to film for that, but I do need to do a little bit of work on finishing up the border on that page off camera. So that is, you know, that's my next priority. But yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there with catching up today. I think this is my I don't know if this is my 4th or 5th video I'm recording today. I need to get my October completed pages recorded, but that will probably be in 2 parts because I want to get, you know, the bulk of it done and then do what I done last month and sort of whatever I complete then after the day I record, I just, you know, film another little sort of section showing those pages. I'm look at this. Oh my gosh, look. I'm smudging pink everywhere. Oh my goodness. Well, that's all right. I like pink, so I'm not going to worry too much. Oh, whatever. Let's just go over those because we're just going to be adding embellishments on them anyway. What do you think of the pink sky? I think it looks so cute. So I just want to go in now with a darker pink. This is Vivid Purple. And I just want to sort of go around like the edge. So just here by the grass, like that. Like so. Just, I don't know, adds a bit of depth, and I enjoy doodling on Carla's pages. So do that. And then I want to do that along like the frame. Do I like that? Well, it's too late now. I've started, so let's just keep going. I do apologise for the kids screaming in the background. Honestly, sometimes they're like wild animals. They're feral. Excuse the squeaky hand running along the desk. Okay, so there is that one. So what I'm going to do is just wash this pink off my hand, grab a few things that I want to use to embellish the page, and I will be right back. Okay, so I now have some gel pens pulled out. I have a silver metallic Uniball Signo. Then I have, some Jelly Roll Moonlights. I have a gold Pentel Hybrid Dual Metallic because we have a Ralph, so of course he needs to be a gold glitter. Then I have a Jelly Roll White, a Jelly Roll Metallic Black, and a black glaze. I was looking at the page and I'm like, where do I want to put this? I'm going to fit this on the page somewhere. I'm going to do it. So Helen, my lovely, I'm going to show you now how I go about sort of just adding highlights and embellishing a page. But like I said, at the end of the day, hun, it just comes down to personal preference, and you can, you know, look at a page and think it needs something there or something, you know, it's all down to your own preference, and where, you know, you look at a page and basically you just decide, you know, okay, this bit looks a bit bland, or it looks a bit sparse, let me add such and such. But yeah, I'm just going to show you how I go about adding you know, highlights and things like that on a Karla page. But this can be carried into any colouring book, any at all. I will try and grab some examples at the end of the video just to show you how I do it on some of my other pages as well. So let me zoom in and just There we go, bring the camera down a smidge. So what I want to do is with the grass, more so the darker green that we have, I want to go in, and I used to use white highlights for everything. And then I was watching one of Carla's videos, and she was using her Jelly Roll Moonlights to do what I think is called tonal highlights. So, for example, you could go in with your green, you know, your neon green Jelly Roll Moonlight, and add highlights to your darker greens here. So the white, if you were using a white highlight, sometimes it can be quite harsh, whereas if you use a lighter tone of the same colour, it's known as a tonal highlight, I believe. So what I'm going to do, let's just grab that scratch paper. I'll just fold it so it's a bit smaller, make sure I've got the pen working. Okay, so like I said, this is a green Jelly Roll Moonlight. This is the neon green, and all I'm doing is putting a highlight just on the edges. So can you see I've just sort of followed Carla's line art, just sort of done a line and then stopped a little bit and then just done a couple of dots. That's just how I like to do things, but of course, like I said, it's just personal preference. There we go. And that is literally, that is all there is to it. So I'll come up here on this section. Follow the lines that Carla's given us, like so. And we have some lines here. So again, I'm just gonna follow them. Like so. And then again, just along the top like that. Now what I do like to do when it's lines like this, again, this is a trick that I learned from Karla and I just have so much fun with it, is just go back over the line but sort of end up with like a double line in some spots, like I've done here with the border. So you can see that I've just done that there with the green. So let's bring that and do that same thing just down here on this area. So I'm going to do my line first, like so, and then just go back and just sort of let, you know, loosen your hand a little bit and just let the pen do the work, and you end up with a double line. Just need to, there we go, pen's a little bit dry. So again, just doing the same thing. Hear the kids playing in the background, like so. And it just adds a little bit of dimension while adding the highlight, and it's fun. It's so much fun. And then over here, of course, we have the grass texture. So again, I'll just do that with our lines and dots. But it just all comes down to personal preference. Do you know what? The other lines, I'm going to double them as well. These are straighter lines. I just think that'll be fun. So let's come back up on here and double these up in some places too. Okay. There. So it's something really simple, but can you see, if I zoom out, can you see how much just doing something so simple can really add to your page? So that's the darker green areas. Now what I'm going to do is go in with my yellow Jelly Roll Moonlight, and on some of this lighter grass I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Okay, so let's zoom in, and then just here, and I think this will look really nice because of course I've put that deeper pink around the edges here, so I think having this yellow is really gonna, you know, work well with that deep pink sort of outline shadow that I've put there around the outside edge, and then just like so. And then again, just down here, I'm putting the yellow there. Whoops. And it doesn't, the nice thing, and especially in Karla's books, you know, because she teaches us, or sort of not teaches us, sort of recommends and you know, sort of encourages us to, you know, have fun in her books, let loose, you know, use her books as your creative playground. And I love that. And from watching Karla's videos and just listening to her advice, it really has taught me a lot, and I feel able and comfortable now to just do what I'm doing and just have fun in her books. You know, yes, I sometimes with her pages, I see a page and I think, right, I want to colour it with that colour palette, and I have sort of like how I want the page to look, you know, like the outcome. I have the idea in my head, and sometimes I, you know, just me being me, sometimes I do get a little bit disappointed because I'm like, oh, it's not what I imagined. But was it fun? Yes. Every time I colour in one of Karla's books, I have fun. And it's the same with a lot of my colouring books, but with these, because I just feel, from taking Karla's advice, you know, I feel comfortable and confident to just let loose and have fun in her books. I absolutely love it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I need to bring the black glaze in. You guys, this has to happen. You know it. So I think I'm going to do the tops of the mushrooms with the black Jelly Roll glaze. So let's just, okay, get the ink going. So let's do the tops of these. I'm going to zoom you out a little bit because I'm quite zoomed in. Let's just get this gorgeous, like liquid black. Oh, it's just amazing. Let's get that here, like that. Oh my goodness. I'm really sorry about the kids in the background. Okay. Yeah, I really wanted to add the black glaze on this page somewhere. I think it will look really cute on the tops of the mushrooms. Oh, Seriously, rude motorbikes. Can they not wait till I'm finished? How rude. Okay. Get this one filled in. So again, it's just, you know, look at your page and think, right, where do I want to add, you know, like a bit of texture or an area of interest? You know, it's just personal preference. That's all it is, my lovelies. So we have our mushrooms. Look at that. How glorious. Oh my gosh. They look amazing. Okay, so while that is drying, let's come over here and we will colour our Rolf. I do want to add a little bit more line work just to his eyes a little bit. My micron pens are in the art cart way over there, and I can't be bothered to get up and get them, so I'm just going to use a black Papermate Flare. It's thicker than I wanted, but that's okay. So all I'm doing is just sort of like a hatching technique just on these bits here of his eyes. I just want to add that texture like so, and then I want to do his nose black like that. And then I'm going to go in, because we're going to do him like a Ralph. So I'm going to go in with my gold Pentel Hybrid Dual Metallic. I hope I have enough ink to get this guy done. I have been needing to do a Colt Pens order for the last 2 or 3 months, and I've been putting it off and putting it off, and now I'm like, I've run out of some stuff, and then other things I'm like ridiculously low on, like this pen. So I do need to do an order, but I'm so conscious because obviously we have Christmas coming up and the kids' birthdays are really close to Christmas as well. So I'm just using what I have. You know, at the end of the day, the kids, you know, obviously Christmas and birthdays, they're a priority. So if I run out of stuff, okay, we'll make it work another way, you know. Just use up other things that I have. And in a way, that's kind of nice, being forced to use something different if you've run out of a supply. So I'm just doing that. I'm just going to colour him all in the gold. Okay, I'm just going to finish this skull up and I'll be right back. Okay, gold skull is done. So cute. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the Tombstones. Now, again, in keeping with the tonal highlights, I have pulled out a purple Jelly Roll Moonlight. Now, this is darker than the purple that I've used on here, but that's all right. I'm going to use it to sort of do the shadow areas on these stones. I think that would look quite cute. So again, this is a purple Jelly Roll Moonlight, and because Carla has sort of drawn in like the side of the stones for us, I'm just using that to put my deeper colour. So it's still tonal because it is another shade of purple, but it's just darker. Can you see? I think I'll do this bit here darker as well. I know this is on the front of the stone, but again, it's just, you know, looking at the picture and thinking, well, you know, I want to add something there. So, you know, a lot of it is kind of on your instinct, you know, when you look at your page and you think, you know, it needs a little something. Yeah, take Carla's advice, go for it. You know, colouring books, for many of us, they're not designed to be masterpieces. You know, we colour to relax, to have fun, to be a distraction from, you know, pain or, you know, mental health illnesses, you know, all different things. Use your books, you know, and have fun with them. I know for, you know, a lot of people, you know, you want to create gorgeous pages to be proud of. Don't get me wrong, I have books that I'm like that too, you know. But there's other books, especially Carla's, you know, where I'm like, I just want to have fun in them, you know. I don't want to stress about it. I just want to colour in those books and enjoy. And that's exactly what I'm doing now. We've got a shadow area here. Okay. And let's... okay, we've got here as well. So let's do that. Okay, and then there's sort of this area here that Carla's just sort of put like an outline on the headstone. I want to fill that bit in purple as well, kind of like I have on the one down here at the bottom. And the nice thing with the Jelly Roll Moonlights is that they dry matte. So as you can see just here on the headstones on the bottom, this bit here is still a little bit damp, but you can see here it dries matte. Look at that, how lovely. Really nice. So they do take a little bit to dry, but they don't take as long as the Jelly Roll Glaze. If you're using Jelly Roll Glaze, you need to make sure you let that dry properly. But sometimes it can be deceiving because the Jelly Roll Glaze dries shiny, so it may look wet but it's not. So you can see what I mean there. Okay. Trying to think now. I'm going to do the stems of the mushrooms. I'm going to do that in purple. Oh my goodness, in silver. So I'm just going to go in with my silver Uniball Signo metallic and do the mushroom stalks with that. I am going to use this as a highlighter on the sky as well in a minute. So again, Helen, that is for you, sweetheart. There we go. Let's just get these stalks quickly done. And there we go. Cute. I kind of feel like the maybe like these bones should be gold glitter as well, like we have on the Rolf. What do you think? Gold glitter on the bones? Yeah, why not? Why not? Okay, yeah, that looks nice. I like that. And then it's in keeping with the Rolf skull that we have down here as well. And the last one up here. The kids don't seem to want to keep the noise down today, so I do apologise, but you know, this is a house, you know, real life, so I'm just going with it. Okay, I want to go in with the the metallic black jelly roll, and I'm gonna put this yeah, I'm gonna put it on sort of what would be like the shadow areas on the grey tombstones. So just do that. Whoops. You can see what I'm doing. Okay. Do that bit. Like so. Hope you can see that. It'll probably translate a bit better maybe when it's dry. I'm gonna bring that over here. Okay, so let me just do the bits on these tombstones like in the shadow, and then the patches maybe that I want to colour. I will do that again off camera because I'm very, very aware of the time, and I want to try and keep this video below an hour if I can. So I'm going to quickly do that and I will be right back with you, my lovelies. See you in a second. Okay, so I have put the metallic black in the areas I want it, and to be honest, it looks more like a dark grey, but that's all right. That's not a problem. So what I'm going to do now is go in with my white gel pen. There's a few areas I just want to tidy up. So just here where the alcohol marker sort of bled onto like the skull, I just want to wipe that out. So it's just sort of tidying up, you know, where that ink bled through. And then I will show you how I use this for highlights and accents in a sec. So let's just do that again. I'm just going here where the wing is, like so. I think I'm going to use the jelly roll glaze to fill in the eyes. That'll look quite cute, like so. And I'm going to do the same on these guys up here. So again, I'm just tidying up the edges. Like so. And then do the black glaze in the eyes. And this last one, like so. There we go. And again, let's just do those eyes with the black glaze. Right, now going in with the white highlight, I know that, you know, Helen, sweetheart, you want to know sort of, you know, where and how I choose my highlights. As I've already said, it just kind of depends on how I'm looking at the page and thinking, you know, where I think a highlight would look nice. I don't do the whole light source thing. Like I mentioned earlier, I really struggle with it, and it just, it gives me a brain itch. So so I don't do all that. So yeah, I'm just going to put these white highlights where I think they're going to look nice. So I want one sort of here. Just, whoops. I'm just taking my Jelly Roll white and sort of just go so far, and then I just do a couple dots, and I'm just going to do a line here again with a few dots, and if it goes over that moonlight, I'm not bothered. It's absolutely fine. Now I know that I've done the mushrooms with the black Jelly Roll glaze, but I do still want a little bit of a highlight on them, and that's just to emphasize the shape of them more than anything. So I'm just doing it down one side. Can you see? It looks like a letter C and a couple dots. Nothing, you know, there's nothing nothing special about it. I'm just following the shape of the mushrooms that's been given to us already by Carla, and just, there you go. So can you see how something so simple, it can just really make a difference to a page? And then again on the headstone here, I'm just gonna put a little bit of white there, like so. Yeah, let's put a little bit here over the metallic. A couple dots on there as well. And then on here, on this purple one, I'm just going to put some here on the sides. Like that. And then I think what you can also do is just sort of like round the corners and then fill that bit in. Like so. You know, like that. Maybe do one here again, like so. And you know, by no means, I'm not saying this is how you have to do it. I'm just, you know, showing you how oh my goodness, how I add highlights, you know, and take from that what you will. So I'm just rounding the corners on that one. This is a nice technique, sort of doing these like rounded sections here and filling them in. I've been finding recently that that works really nice on like the outfits and ruffles on the outfits for Carla's girls. So yeah, it's definitely a fun one. Now what I think I want to do here as well, I want to add something to this side bit. So again, just with the white Jelly Roll, I'm going over the moonlight, but I'm just adding a little bit of hatching. I know it's not great, but I don't know, I just feel like I want to add a bit of texture. Yeah, I quite like that. Let's do that on this one. Just add a little bit of that on the side. So again, I'm just looking at the page thinking, right, you know, what do I want to do? Where do I want to emphasize things, you know? Oh, we've missed a bit here. Okay. Missed a bit there. Getting ahead of myself. There we go. Right, so again with the white Jelly Roll, I'm just gonna run it up the side here, like so. And if it goes over onto the metallic, I don't mind. I really don't. That's fine. Okay. And then just a bit down here. Okay. Oops. Just try and follow that line a little bit. And then on this one, oops, it'd help if you could see what I'm doing, wouldn't it? There we go. This one, come up over there. And a little bit here, down on the side. And then on this one, the pink from the sky has sort of bled over onto the stone a bit. So I kind of want to hide that. I know that the white is probably going to turn pink, but that's all right. Okay, so there's our white highlights, and then we've got sort of like these bits here on the grass. I'm just going to go in with my yellow moonlight, colour those down here. I feel like I kind of want to add some texture to the grass as well, but then do I run the risk of that getting a bit too busy? Decisions. What would you guys do? What do you think? I'm going to have a think about that. I'm going to have a think and I will be back. I'll see you in a sec. Okay, I'm back and it's actually 2 days later. So I did sort of just step away for a few days because I've just not been feeling too good. But I want to get this page finished up today. So where we left off, I was deciding, you know, sort of I wanted to kind of add something here. I wasn't too sure. But what I have done is decided now on just the last few things that I want to use to finish up the page. So I have pulled out, let me show you the box, the Kaliro Pow colours, which are these. I plan on using these for the moon and the clouds. I have pulled out my Winsor & Newton gold drawing ink. I do need to just give that a bit of a shake. Okay, hopefully we'll sort that out. And then I've got the silver Pentel hybrid dual metallic, so I'm going to use this for the dots and the stars here in the sky. And then I can't seem to find where my micron pen is, so I'm just going to go in with a black biro and just write a few things on some of these headstones I think would be quite cute. I will use the ink last because I do plan on sort of dripping it over the page. So let's just get these bits in the sky done. So I'm going to zoom you in and bring the camera down a little bit. There we go. So I'm just using my like I said, my Pentel hybrid dual metallic in silver for these. I'm just wondering if I need to go over these in white or whether that silver will colour the cover the pink. Yeah, I think it does all right actually at covering the pink, so that's okay. That's all right, we'll do that. But yeah, I mean, you know, with your pages, you can use whatever you like to add your embellishments and highlights and things like that. But I'm just sort of showing you how I add them. Let's do this star here. I do plan on adding some stars in the background. I'll see if I can get my Posca working, but to be honest, it's been leaking a lot, so I'm not too sure if I trust it, to be honest. It's not the fine ones that I normally like. It's the PC1M. So the tip is like this. So it's kind of like a tapered bullet tip, if that makes sense. Whereas I prefer the PC1MR for sort of my lining. But that is all I have in the white, and yeah, it keeps pooling and leaking, so I've been quite reluctant to use that one. So let's just finish up these silver dots and stars. So there we go, I've got a bit of sparkle going on the page. I do want to go in with my white jelly roll and just tidy up these clouds before I put the paint on them. So I'm just gonna do that where the alcohol marker has bled. And like I said, it's just to tidy that up a bit before I go over with the Kaliro watercolours. You will hear the kids in the background playing because, of course, it's half term at the minute, so you will hear them. Okay. So I'm not being ridiculously fussy, but I do want to just... It's only because I'm putting a really light colour on the clouds. So that's just why I want to, you know, get that pink off of the edges on them. Hope you can see what I'm doing. Oh, I need to do that on the moon as well. I think the moon will be alright because that's going to be a darker colour. So I think we can probably get away with it on that. Okay. So while the white jelly roll is drying, I'm just going to write a few things on these headstones. I just think that'd be quite fun. So let's do, let me see. I mean, up here, I might just write sort of Wee Wickeds on this one, the title of the book. Oh, come on. If my pen will work. This one's not working very well. Ugh, okay. Let's try the black ink on this one. Maybe I should have written a line, drawn a line just to keep the writing straight, but hey ho. Let's just double up some of those lines, just and then on this one I'm going to write hashtag Karlaween 2021. Karlaween 2021. And then just do like an RIP on this one. And then I'm just gonna again just double up some of the lines on this one. Okay. And then while I've got the black sort of writing pen in my hand, I'm just gonna again just add a little bit of hatching on some spots on these, just to again add a bit more texture. I like that. Okay, do the same here on this one. And do a bit up here. Cute. I like it. So just do the same on this one. And again, this is just a writing pen, like 4 colours. I think it's a Bic. Yeah, Bic. And just add a bit of texture here. Okay. So it's just adding a bit of texture, a bit of interest. Okay, so I don't want to go too over the top with that. So now I want to do the moon, and I think I want to do it in this beautiful, I don't know if you can see, this gorgeous coppery colour here. Let's have a look on the box and see. So that's red brown, and then I want to use the silver pearl for the clouds. So I'm just going to drop a little bit of water onto those 2 colours that I want to use. Okay, so just let that sit for a minute and I will be right back, and then we will get this painted at the top. Okay, so let's just put the paint there a second. Okay, so I'm just gonna paint this on the moon. Yeah, and this colour's covering that pink perfectly, so that is awesome. I'm using my Zig Kiritaki Detailer water brush for this. Which is by far my favourite water brush. I mean, it's not the best on like bigger areas, but for like your fine details and stuff, it's perfect. And I don't know, I just prefer the feel of it. It's a lovely quality. Okay, so I'm just going over where some bits on this look a little bit patchy. It might be that it takes like 2 or 3 coats. I just want to make sure I've got, you know, got it all smooth and covered. Okay. So then I'm going to do the clouds with the silver pearl. I'm just trying to keep my hand up off the page so I'm not catching that moon and smudging the watercolour, because that would be just my luck, wouldn't it? If I do that. Okay. Whoops. Oh, that's okay. It doesn't matter. I just think this is going to look so pretty on the sky once this is once these are dry. I think they're going to look really lovely. And then we've got this one here. So I'm just trying to be a bit more mindful on this cloud, because I don't want to get that on the moon that we've just painted. Okay, so again I'm just gonna neaten these up in a few bits that seem a little bit patchy. I'll just try and smooth that out. Okay. just move those out of the way. I want to go in, I think. I'm not going to risk using that Posca. I just think it's a bit too risky. So what I'm going to do is just around these stars here that Karl has given us. Just going to go around with a white jelly roll, but just sort of do a few sort of, you know, just a few sort of rough sketchy lines like so. And we've got some here. Okay. And then I'm just going to add in some of my own little stars and bits and pieces to the background. Okay. So as you can see, this is just going in with a white jelly roll, and again just adding a bit of detail to the background by adding some stars. Some of them I just do bigger ones like that, and then the rest is just sort of little dots where I think they look, you know, where I think they'll look nice and fit in well. Like so, a couple down here. And then I'm just going to turn the page so I'm not catching the wet paint. So just put these sort of, you know, where you think, you know, you want to fill a little bit of space, add a bit of texture, a bit of dimension or interest. It's your page, so it is entirely up to you. I think I want to add a big star there. So as you can see, it's nothing, you know, nothing extravagant. It just adds a little something to the sky. And then, like I mentioned, I kind of want to drip like a little bit of this ink in a few places. I'm just trying to grab a paintbrush. I'm just giving the ink a really good shake. Because it has been just sort of sat. It has been just sat a little bit. So we'll just, there we go. But if you look at this as I open the lid, look at that. Can you see that? Oh, how glorious is that? Oh my gosh. Amazing. So all I'm going to do is just dip a brush and then just, is that going to work? No, maybe not. Oh, there we go. Just sort of flick a little bit of this ink. Whoops, you don't want to do that. I've just hit the page with a paintbrush. Ah. Oh, it's okay. Right, let me lift Let me lift you up a bit. It is what it is. It is what it is. So I'm just gonna so as you can see, there's no sort of rhyme or reason. I'm just adding that for a bit more sparkle. I know loads of it is sort of ended up over here, that's alright. But as you can see, we've got some nice gold sparkles on here now as well, and a nice little blob. It happens, it happens. But hey, we're having fun, aren't we? So let me just bring you down a little bit. So this is it. I'm going to call the page done, so you can see those beautiful pearlescent paints at the top. So this was the was that the red brown? I have to check the box again now. Yeah, so this was the red brown, the moon, and then I used the silver pearl for the clouds. So there you go. As you can see, like I mentioned earlier in the video, I don't do the whole light sources and all that kind of stuff. I just put the highlights where I think they would look nice and where I think it would just lift the page a little bit. So yeah, I really hope that this has helped. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. I do apologise that it is a longer one, but I hope you've had fun nonetheless. Please take care, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Lots of love. Bye.